Hello folks, my name is Mark and this is Why I Hate the World. How you doing? So, just gonna do a real quick video about net neutrality here. I didn't really write anything out, so this could, but whatever. I mean, it's been in the news recently. So those of you who don't know, what happened was Barack Obama gave a speech where he talked about net neutrality and then how he was going to direct the head of the FCC to classify the internet as a utility, so that way basically it has to be regulated right by the government. And one of the things that they're finally going to do is to put in net neutrality, right? So for those of you out there who aren't too keen on this subject, which I'm pretty sure everybody is by now, but if you're not, what this means is that because leading up to this, there's been proposed rule changes by the FCC that they were going to have a two-tiered system where basically ISPs were allowed to control certain flow of traffic, and what the ISPs were saying was that, well, we want to be able to charge more for premium speeds, and what Barack Obama is saying, to the FCC is that, no, we're not going to allow that. Everybody gets the same speed. Okay. So why is this important? Because you would think, because there are certain people like, basically Republicans who think that, this is unnecessary, right? I mean, I'm ignoring the talking head Republican assholes who think that this is like, Obamacare for the internet, which is bullshit. I mean, that's some shit that I've heard recently, especially Glenn Beck and Sean Hannity and stuff, and they're basically saying, oh, the government's gonna be able to control the internet, and they're gonna be able to shut people down and stuff like that, and it's complete bullshit. Okay, I mean, those guys, if they weren't so fucking powerful, it'd be laughable, right? What's really going on is that the FCC is going to say that everyone gets the same equals fast speed, that all packets are treated as equal, And without this, what would happen, because these were the proposed rule changes, without this, what would happen is that your ISP, let's say Comcast, right, could say to a content provider, say like Netflix, they could go to Netflix and say, okay, well, your traffic is too much, we're going to slow you down, but if you want to pay us a little bit more, we'll make sure that you get faster speeds, right? Which is bullshit, So basically it's allowing them to extort more money out of different companies and stuff in order to in order to get faster service to their customers, right? Well, what'll end up happening is that Netflix will just increase their prices. Right, and they'll say, hey, it's not our fault, it's Comcast's fault. Comcast is charging us an extra X million dollars a year. In order to make this up, we have to, instead of charging $10 a month, now we got to charge $50 a month, right? That's exactly what will fucking happen. And the thing is that it won't be faster speeds. So that's another thing that they're not, all the ISPs are like saying, oh, we just want to be able to give proprietary faster speeds to people if they pay more. Bullshit. What'll happen, this is exactly what'll happen. The fast speed will be the speed that we have now, right? The speed that everything is at right now will be the fast speed, right? And then the lower tiers will be even shittier speed, okay? They're not going to increase the speed at all. They're going to charge more for what they have now, and then if you want fucking lower and lower and lower speeds, then you'll pay less, and that's exactly what'll fucking happen, right? I'm already, that's exactly what's going to fucking happen, okay? So, but thanks to Barack Obama, right, that's not going to be the case anymore. Now they're going to have to, by law, well, not by law, but by, according to the FCC, so I guess, yeah, by law, they're going to have to do everything equal. And it'll remain, so basically it'll remain how it is right now, right? So this is important. This is important because, allowing the ISPs to control the speed of the internet basically gives them the power to determine whose business lives or dies, right? So they can just go, okay, well, we're going to charge this much, and if you can't pay that much, then you're not going to, get fast speeds. Well, you got to think about the implications of that. Well, what does that mean? Let's say that there's a streaming service that starts up, right? A startup streaming service and they want to challenge Netflix, right? And Netflix is being charged X number of $1 million a month in order to get fast speed, right? Well, they can afford it because they're a gigantic corporation that have millions and millions of subscribers, right? Well, if I'm a tiny little, video sharing service, right, and I've got, 1,000, couple thousand subscribers to begin with, there's no way that I can compete with that, right? And adding on that additional cost from the ISP basically puts the nail in the coffin. So in order to even try to compete with like the big guys like Netflix, you'll need capital of millions and millions and millions of dollars, which is like no one's gonna. Oh shit, that was scary. Wow, it felt like an earthquake. Wow. Anyway, maybe I'll leave that in the video. So anyway, it basically puts limits on growth. It limits competition. It limits growth of established companies, right? And it's gonna slow down, the digital economy, I guess, is a good way of putting it. And it's not just Netflix. I mean, it's every, cloud services out there. You have Amazon Cloud. Well, let's say you want to, start your own cloud service, and then you got to pay this much to fucking Comcast or whatever. It basically allows Comcast and other ISPs, like them, Time Warner, and some others to basically just fucking rape people for even more money to get the exact same service they're getting now. And it's fucking bullshit. The thing is, the reason why the internet is so successful, right, over the last 15 years is because everything is equal, right? Because you have just as much access, like the small little people have just as much access to their audience as the big guys do, right? I mean, the thing, people are getting used to that. They're getting used to just going to certain gatekeepers when they go on the internet. People go on Reddit, they go on Dig or something like that. They go on YouTube, they go on wherever, right? And, Facebook or something, and this is where they get their internet experience from. But the thing is, right now, as it is right now, anybody can go out and make a site, make a website, and everyone in the world could potentially access that website. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why it was so successful, because it evened the playing field, right? And to some extent, it's still even right now. All the social media and everything just makes it even better. Now, if I have my little online shop for whatever, I can go and I can promote it on all those different social media sites and get even more traffic to my site, And it's like the free and open internet is what, promotes growth, right? From everything. I mean, in every industry we have, it's not just games and movies and stuff, it's every single industry we have has grown because, that has expanded into the online markets has grown. I mean, that's where all of our, like, the majority of our, like, economic growth over the last decade or so has come from, This shit is going to slow that down. And seeing how the economy is already fucked up, I mean, I don't think we need to be doing this. The reason why, I mean, there's, they've kept it free on purpose. They've kept it open. They've limited. There's not a lot of places in the country that like charge you tax on sales. A few states do, but not very much. I mean, it's still very much unregulated. And this actually, is going to keep that free and open. And I'm very much in support of it. So it actually is very important. I'm very happy. This is one of the things that recently I think Obama has done right. And I think he deserves some credit for this, right? And just, the thing is, don't believe what they're telling you. Don't believe when you go and you listen to Sean Hannity or Glenn Beck or, any of the other conservative pundits, and they're telling you this is going to be Obamacare for the internet or whatever, and it's going to be government control the internet. That's complete horseshit. Just please don't believe that stuff. This is what we need in order to keep the internet free. And I don't know. I applaud them. So, adios, folks.